What if I told you Michael Burry of The Big Short, the movie, had committed 35% of his portfolio to one stock option? Let's get into it. So here I have the makeup of investor Michael Burry of Scion Capital Management, his hedge fund, what his portfolio looks like. So he has 28% of his portfolio in stock equity, so like normal common stocks. But then he has over 71% of his portfolio in call options, exclusively in call options. So that's a crazy, crazy portfolio to be having. So he obviously believes that there's going to be a big recovery. So let's see here. Let's review what a call option is, what a put option is, and what a buyer has the right to do. So a buyer of a call option has the right to buy stock at a certain price. So Michael Burry, what he's been doing, and he's been buying call options, so he's saying, I want to have the right to buy a stock at this certain price. So usually one call option equates to control of 100 shares. That's the way for all options. So put options, he doesn't own any of those, but that's the right to sell at a certain price. Right to sell. So Michael Burry is obviously very bullish because we can see here, this is how a call option works. This is how you make money. So there's a strike price, and that's the price I have the right to buy a stock or whatever it is that you have the option on at a certain price. So say it was $10 right here is our strike price. You have the option to buy at $10. You also pay a little bit of premium. That's this area right here. That's the premium that you pay for that option to buy. And then you can only lose as much as you paid for the option. You see, that's your maximum loss, but you can have unlimited profit if the stock continues to go up. So as the more the stock goes up, the more profit you get from that option. And this is actually a way to introduce leverage to your portfolio by using options. It introduces leverage because with one option, you can control 100 shares without actually owning 100 shares. So here I have all of his stock options, all of his call options in his portfolio listed, and the market value and the percentage of the portfolio. And then on the left, I have the stock and the symbol. And I'm going to be revealing to you his top holding. So stick around. 35% of his portfolio, valued at over $113 million. So stick around. We're going to start at the bottom. First stock, Corvo Inc. So Corvo, ticker QRVO, is a semiconductor company. They have been involved in a lot of different operations recently, but the COVID-19 pandemic has introduced a lot of uncertainty to their business. So we'll see how it goes from here. Next stock, Wynn Resorts. So Wynn Resorts Limited, ticker WYNN, is a casino company. So they operate in Las Vegas and in Macau, which is off of China. A substantial amount of their profits come from that Macau resort, which has not been doing well as of late. But the share price over the past quarter has been depressed, so maybe this is a good pick from him in the end. Next pick, Foot Locker Inc. So I'm sure you know about Foot Locker, ticker symbol FL. His position size is 5 million, 1.66% of his portfolio. This company, they sell shoes. You all probably know about it. They've actually seen relatively strong sales despite the pandemic, and I'm assuming he got this option at a very, very good price. So we'll see how that does for him through the future. Next ticker, Las Vegas Sands Corp, ticker symbol LVS. Again, like Wynn Resorts, they operate casinos and hotels. Las Vegas Sands primarily operates in Las Vegas, unlike Wynn Resorts. So that's an interesting double play there. Next pick, Jpmorgan Chase and Co. So ticker symbol JPM, valued at $8 million, 2.57% of his portfolio. So that's a big bank in the United States, involved in a lot of operations, one of the big banks. Next pick, Bank of America Corp, ticker symbol BAC, $8 million. So we see here connected Bank of America and Jpmorgan. That's sort of like a pair. They're the two big banks, but he also has that with Las Vegas Sands and Wynn Resorts. So he obviously believes in these two industries, the big banks and the resort casinos, or else he wouldn't be putting money in two different companies. So that's an interesting thing to point out there. You all know Bank of America. For the next pick in his portfolio, we have Western Digital Corp, ticker symbol WDC. So this is his first tens of million dollar position, breaking in at 11.9 tens of millions of dollars, That's making up 3.78% of his portfolio. So Western Digital Corp, if you go and watch my Monish Pabrai video, they do something similar to Micron, which is a big Monish Pabrai position. They make hard drives and other storage for computers. So if you're watching this on your phone or laptop right now, it's going to have a hard drive. It's going to be a solid state drive or a disk drive or something. They make those for your computer. So that's an interesting pick there too. Next, we have Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, ticker symbol GS. So everybody knows Goldman Sachs. This is interesting because I'd like to make a call back to the Big Short movie. If you've seen that movie, highly recommend it. Who does he make one of his deals with to get his Big Short position on the housing market? Goldman Sachs, which is really interesting. So now he owns $14 million of Goldman Sachs calls in his portfolio. Another big investment bank. Coming up next, Booking Holdings. This is the first really interesting one. Booking Holdings, they operate a number of websites and services that have to do with the travel and service industry. So they operate websites where you can go book trips, Priceline, and other places to compare prices, and a restaurant booking website. So this is a really interesting one. Their income has been decimated by the COVID-19 pandemic, so he obviously sees a big opportunity in Booking Holdings. Next, we have Facebook. So this is one of the big FANG stocks. And you'll see coming up what's up next. You're not gonna believe what's up next in that line. But for FANG, we have Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, but really Microsoft. So Facebook is one of those companies. They're an advertising company. They operate the biggest social media network in the world. He owns $21 million of Facebook call options. Last but not least, coming in at 35% of his portfolio, totaling over $113 million, we have Alphabet, better known as Google, ticker symbol GOOG. Everybody knows Google. You're using a Google service right now if you're watching this video on YouTube. So that is $113 million of Google calls. He's obviously playing the advertising business that Google has, and that it will recover after the COVID-19 pandemic, and that Google is going to continue to be the best business on the planet, which is essentially what they are right now. They're one of the best businesses on the planet. Maybe he sees some potential in one of their long-term, long-shot holdings that they have, like self-driving car or whatever it is. We'll see. But this is a very aggressive bet. 35% of his portfolio in options. That is very high percentage of his portfolio. Most people only allocate 10% of their portfolio for options at most. That's why this is incredible. So thank you for watching this episode of Red's Roundup, where we looked at Michael Burry's Q2 2020 options portfolio. Subscribe if you want to see more. I've been really enjoying making these videos, and I'm sure there's more to come. So subscribe if you want to go see more, and go check out some of my previous videos if you want to see other super investors' portfolios as of Q2 2020. Thanks.